Hey, I wanted to talk about what I think everybody is you pushed out means. I'm really glad that I've recently begun to understand that, thanks to reality transurfing, that there is essentially no right answer to any of these questions. So there's really nothing to argue. And I see a lot of people talking about everybody is you pushed out and assuming that it means there are no other people. That basically you're only seeing, like, that these are NPCs, to use a gaming term. That the people, they're just like shadow people, or, they're not real, essentially. That it's just a big movie that you've created. And I think a lot of people take that and they take it literally, like there are actually not other people here. And I feel like when I first read the phrase, everybody is you pushed out, I feel like I instantly knew what that meant, at least for me. When you look out at the world, and you, including everything, but especially at people, you are projecting your own, you're looking through your own lens. You're projecting through your own lens onto everyone else. They're real, I think. I don't think this is just a world made up of cartoons that I see as real people. They are real people. But the problem is that your reality and their reality are completely different things, and you can never experience them as they truly are, because you're always looking through your own lens. And so pretty much from the first second you ever see somebody, you've already created an idea about them based on all of your experience in life, without even meaning to. You never truly are able to just see someone with fresh eyes, anyone, ever. And not only are you not able to see them with fresh eyes, but often we are living our lives with false beliefs about things, or we have false beliefs about ourselves that distort reality in a very real way. And so, to me, what everybody is you pushed out really means is that your experience of everyone is you pushed out. How you see people is entirely dependent on you. Your experience of interacting with other people is entirely dependent on you. And your thoughts and judgments and all of that is you. It's all you. I don't think that people respond differently to your changed mental patterns, or your whatever you're expecting of them, because they are just figments of your imagination. I think they change because you change. I've always thought that it was absolutely futile to ask somebody to change their behavior, and I still do, because everybody is just reacting to you. The only thing that can change is you. You can't change somebody else. And when I say you can't change somebody else, I mean right now in this moment in 3D. You can't use your 3D puny human force to change somebody. I think you can absolutely select a different reality where that person is different. And it really just, I think, depends on how much effort you want to put into energetically getting to the point where a person is what you want. But that's a different topic altogether. The best example I have of everybody is you pushed out changing, essentially experiencing people differently, was right when I first fully shifted into a new reality, which was in December, when I really fully thought, wow, I have control over everything. My relationships with people changed a lot right away because I was different. Fully getting it that I can choose differently all the time completely took away some of the biggest worries I had. I stopped worrying about when certain things were going to happen or if they were even going to happen. I just stopped worrying about them, and that changed my energy dramatically. And I had multiple people in my life tell me that it seemed like they were dealing with a different person. My mom, people close to me, my mom, my ex who I own a business with, and my friend Steve. Those are the three people that I talk to the most. And they all began to behave differently in most ways. But the example that I have is my mom, who she has her own issues, her own mental issues surrounding physical appearance. And that's I think where I got most of my issues in that realm. It's just from growing up with her as a mom. And she, for a lot, there was a lot of unwelcome discussion about my appearance throughout my life, up to and including, this year. And by the way, it has stopped completely. As I was improving my physical appearance over the last couple of years, it's like she switched from being dissatisfied in one way to being dissatisfied in another way. And we had this energetic interaction about it. And when I shifted into a different frame of mind, she was still stuck for a while. She still kept making the same kind of comments and sort of bringing up things about the way I look with the same old energy. But I reacted differently. First of all, I used to take it and get really defensive about it and, try to explain myself and stuff like that. And I just stopped doing that. I stopped feeling the need to do that because I fully understood that it wasn't about me. It was, I realized that she was coming from her own mental place, and that it essentially it was just her and her, words coming out of her mouth that had nothing to do with me. And so I started reacting to that differently. And now, eventually it's gone away. It's just dropped away. That's not happening anymore. But the way in which I think that is everybody's you pushed out is that my reaction to her was feedback to myself about where I was. It was feedback about how I felt about myself. I no longer felt like I had to defend myself. I decided, or I realized on a deep level that I'm good enough the way I am, and I don't need to spend my life striving for what I don't even know. I'm not even sure where I was trying, what perfection, like we decay and die. I don't know. That illusion dropped away, that I was going to somehow attain something that isn't there to attain. And so my reaction to her was different, and that was feedback for me, for myself, because she is me pushed out. My experience of her has everything to do with me. And the same thing with everybody. And same thing with them for you. I'm sure you have experienced somebody having a completely crazy reaction to something innocent that you said. That's a great example of everybody as you pushed out. That person was just experiencing their own projection. Everybody's living in their own world. And I've seen a lot of people posting also, when they read about the everybody as you pushed out concept, there's this feeling of loneliness that I also felt in the beginning when I was like, wait a minute, am I the only person here? you're the operant power in your universe, but you're not the only person here. That's my opinion. So it's funny, people go through this like phase, a couple days of just feeling really bummed out and alone. Yeah, you're not the only one here, but we can never experience each other's realities, and we can never really know another person from their point of view. And to me, that's what everybody is you pushed out means. It means that your experience of everybody is just you. It's just you. Because there's only you here in your universe. So, the only way for you to experience things, have a better experience of people, is to be coming from a better place, a better you. Which is why I know a lot of people seem to think that fixing your mental issues or fixing your perception of your own self-worth is like some flowery woo-woo side bullshit that isn't necessary. And you know, it's not necessary, but you know, it's like you know, driving to your job as a CEO in a broken down 1987 Toyota Corolla instead of just, you know, getting a nice new car to drive around in. That's how I look at purposely opting not to sort of purify yourself mentally and get complete control over your thoughts, and especially the bad stuff. Anyway, that is my current view on everybody's you pushed out, and I would absolutely love to hear what other people think about it. But I am getting a little annoyed, honestly, with seeing people argue about something that is totally subjective. Not here, not on YouTube, just in general. So I'm interested in hearing other people's opinions, for sure. Just, I hope nobody starts telling me or anyone else that their view of it is wrong. I find that annoying.